All right, for all you people who worked at ABC Radio Network on Montfort, and for just other friends of mine on Facebook that I've talked about the network being shut down, just going to do a quick tour here. This is the building. We're just a couple of weeks away from the building being shut down, decommissioned. And so I'm on the second floor, east wing. This is as you come off the elevator and through these glass doors. Come around here to the right, and all the different studios. Like for example here, this was the oldies format. So for those of you who did not work, in the business, when you would be in different cities across the United States, you turn on your radio, you'd hear an oldies radio station. There's a decent chance that you're actually hearing a show coming out of this studio that was sent up by satellite. The local stations would receive it and broadcast it, and then people could listen to it, on their car radio or whatever. But Jim Zippo was the morning man for many years. Jay Fox after that. This was the oldies control room, the oldies liner booth. Come around here, and this was one of the country formats. Came out of this studio. We had two different country formats, two different styles of country music. And for those of you that worked here, kind of wild seeing the room and this stage of being taken apart. And we'll just kind of work our way around the building here real quick. The Dead Break Cafe, otherwise just known as the break room. The old lockers are gone. The first format I ever worked on here, let's see, Production Studio 1. See this first. Production 1, that's where this room is. But you notice the floors are all elevated. These are false floors, so they can run all the cabling underneath the floors. A little trivia for you: the carpet that's here, this carpet came out of the Denver airport. This was surplus carpet that they didn't use, so it was bought and used here because something to do with low static discharge. I don't remember now, but there was something odd about the carpet that they were able to accomplish by going with this. Anyway, the first format I worked on at ABC was Star Station. So Peter Stewart, here's your old stomping ground. Star Station was actually the first format at Satellite Music Networks, my understanding, and like I said, it was the first one that I worked at. Next door to it was Hot AC, and I also worked on the air at Hot AC. And as you can see, Johnny Wolf, your old stomping ground there, buddy. The Liner 2. Liner 3, same basic thing. And then the Z-Rock Studios. So Dave Bolt, here you are, my friend. And Dave and I, we were here for a long time. We were on the Heat together in Australia. In Auckland, New Zealand. That's right. Sorry, New Zealand, not Australia. New Zealanders can get mad at me. But so that's where Z-Rock originated from. On down the hall, and our next stop here on the left will be the Touch. And kind of the same thing. Room's fairly well torn down now. The doors are amazing. They're soundproof doors, so they weigh an absolute ton. You'll notice they're double glassed with soundproofing material inside. All the walls obviously are treated for soundproofing and sound deadening. Air conditioning system has baffles in it, so that way you don't hear the air conditioner when it turns on. Another liner booth, Production 3. lots of hard work done in this studio. And you know, that's the bays where the old reel-to-reel machines were. The cabinetry is outstanding. You know, when you need to work on a piece of equipment, you unscrew a bolt under here and this whole thing slides out so you can reach the back of the different pieces of equipment, so that way it's easy to work on things. And so here's that production room. That's production 3. Production 2, same basic state. I don't remember who is coming out of Studio 7. Savage Show's still on the air, so I won't bother them in their studio. But that was the original Radio Disney studio. So Don Crabtree and all the gang, that's where they came out of. This is Studio 9. So like I said, all these were different radio stations. Instead of airing just in the one city, these were beamed out by satellite all over the country, and then the local radio station would rebroadcast it, and there you go. All the furniture lined up here in the hallways where some of the rooms have already been torn down that you've seen. Wow, yeah, another format that I worked on, classic rock. Yeah, in fact, there's the old ABC Radio Network logo there for you. This was the classic rock studio. Yeah, can't shortchange my classic rock guys. Well, Frank Welch, here you go, my man. So, the old man rock format here. But yeah, I worked on there for a while as well. I think I pretty much was on just about every format up here. The Country Coast to Coast is, I believe, who was in Studio 11. And my Country Coast to Coast guys won't do you wrong. We'll get a shot of your room here as well. All right. And then one final production room up here. I'll get it real quick. This is production 4. Production 4 always had a pretty cool layout. I always thought it was a neat room the way it's circular like that. But again, you know, most of the equipment, as you can see, is already long gone. And so these are the studios up here, and then of course the 3-room suites are downstairs. Radio production studios are downstairs. I mean, there's a whole other floor of studios down below this one. But this is where all the 24-hour formats were. And hope you enjoyed the little tour.